Level 1, self-awareness. It's the foundation of everything. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, notice your triggers, and see how they affect your thoughts and behaviors. Without it, all the other pillars collapse. Practical example. During a meeting, my colleague interrupted my presentation and I felt anger. The trigger was him questioning my data in public. My body reacted with heat in my face and clenched fists. Just by noticing that, I was able to identify where the emotion was coming from instead of simply exploding. Simple strategy. At the end of the day, write down 3 emotions you felt the most and what triggered them. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns. Consequence of lacking it. Without self-awareness, you react on autopilot, say things you didn't mean, and miss opportunities because you don't realize the impact of your emotions. Level 2, self-management. This is the ability to control your emotions instead of being controlled by them. It's the difference between reacting and responding. And remember, you can only manage what you first recognize. That's why level 1 is indispensable. Simple strategy. When you feel anger or anxiety, stop. Take a deep breath for 6 seconds. Neuroscientists show this is the time needed for stress chemicals to start decreasing, allowing your prefrontal cortex, the rational brain, to regain control over the amygdala, the emotional brain. Practical example. I received a critical email from my boss. My first impulse was to reply immediately, defensively. Instead, I closed the email, took a walk, and breathed deeply. Later, I came back calmer and was able to write a professional response. Consequence of lacking it. Without self-management, you regret decisions made in the heat of the moment and lose credibility. Level 3, self-motivation. Self-motivation means using your own emotions to stay focused on goals, even in the face of difficulties. Highly motivated people are more resilient and can turn frustration into productive energy. But this is only possible if you can already recognize, level 1, and manage, level 2, what you feel. Does finishing this task bring me closer to a bigger goal? Practical example. I was tired and didn't feel like going to the gym. But I thought, training today will bring me closer to the health I want 5 years from now. That simple mental shift turned the weight of the task into motivation to keep going. Simple strategy. Use small rewards. After completing an important task, allow yourself something enjoyable. This way your brain associates effort with positive results. Consequence of lacking it. Without inner motivation, you always depend on outside pressure and give up quickly when faced with obstacles. Level 4, empathy. Now that you already manage your own emotions, you can expand that to understanding others. Empathy is not pity. It's the ability to see the situation through someone else's emotional perspective, even if you don't agree. Practical example. A friend told me he was exhausted at work. My first tendency was to reply, "Everyone's tired, just push through." Instead, I practiced empathy and said, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed, is that right?" That simple validation completely changed the way he opened up. Simple strategy. Before replying to someone, take a mental pause and ask yourself, if I were in their shoes, how would I want to be answered? Consequence of lacking it. Without empathy, you create emotional distance, lose meaningful connections, and are seen as cold or insensitive. Level 5, social skills. This is the highest point of emotional intelligence, using what you know about yourself and others to build strong relationships, resolve conflicts, and influence positively. This is where emotional intelligence turns into real leadership. Practical example. In a conflict between 2 team members, instead of taking sides, I listened to both, validated each person's feelings, and then helped them find common ground. This not only strengthened their relationship but also built more trust within the team. Simple strategy. Practice active listening. When someone speaks, don't interrupt, maintain eye contact, and restate in your own words what you understood. This instantly builds trust. Consequence of lacking it. Without social skills, even with great ideas, you can't influence, lead, or create lasting relationships. In the end, developing emotional intelligence is not a final destination but a daily journey. In every situation, you can practice self-awareness, control, motivation, empathy, and social skills. And the big question for you is, Backhand index pointing right. Which of these 5 levels of intelligence do you already master? Backhand index pointing right, and which one do you feel you still need to improve? Share with me in the comments.